Hiya, darlings. This is Hololive English Advent's Devilish Diva, the one and only Nerissa Ravencroft, and today, whoa, I'm feeling so exhausted from sitting all day. I've just been sitting around, not doing anything productive apart from my office work and some recordings, and oh my goodness. I just feel absolutely like I need to do something. Like I need to get my body moving. You know what I'm saying, jailbirds? You know what I'm talking about? In fact, I already took off enough clothing that I think I could go on a walk. Let's see. I've been doing a little bit of a movement today. Not much probably though. Well, let's take a look real quick. Well, according to my thing here, it says I've apparently, I don't really believe this actually. It says I have 2,400 steps already. I'm not sure about that. I don't know where those came from because I definitely have just been going up and down the stairs, running documents around, walking around while I made my lunch, but you know, it says what it says. We're going for 10,000. I don't even mind going for 12 since I apparently already have 2,000. So we're just gonna walk for 2 hours straight. Maybe we'll take a break between. I hope you have your walking pads ready or you're out on a nice walk. Or maybe instead you have a treadmill. I don't know. However you walk, let's walk together. Let's start a new era of our office life and get some workout together. All right, I'm gonna transition. Let's go outside, somewhere a little more comfortable. Yeah, this looks like somewhere I'd like to walk. This certainly isn't a projection screen or anything in the back of my office room. Since I don't have time to go outside, well, let's get started. I have my walking pad, it's on. You're probably gonna be able to hear it. It'll probably be pretty loud, honestly. Wait, let me adjust it real quick. I need to push it forward. It's too far back. So the bad news is, if I fall, I will probably just die. But it is what it is. I'm gonna turn it up to 2.2 miles an hour. Look at this lovely scenery. I love walking through the trees. I love walking through trees, looking at the beautiful scenery, the green, the lush greenery everywhere. Of course, I hope you all have water ready. I have my water right here as well. Let me take my headphones off. I'm not listening to anything. I don't need those. Whew, you're touching grass? Me too, totally. I am touching grass. Can you tell? It's nice, you know, taking a break from all this office work in the office. You're exercising in your office outfit. Look, I don't have time to go change. Who cares if it gets a little bit sweaty? If anything, that adds to the appeal, doesn't it? You walk into the office, you go into your boss's office and you see she's a little bit sweaty, suspiciously so. You know, and then she's like, sorry, I was just working out a little bit earlier. And you're like, Would you like some help with that, ma'am? Sorry. Anyway. How are we doing today? Hopefully well. I am trying to take better care of my health because since I've gotten back to America, I've been living the life. I've been living the most wonderful life of my life. because at least for the first like week or so, I literally just ate a burger every single day. And that's all I wanted. I know I've complained about it enough, but Japan does not have good burgers, like at all. I really hate to say it. I'm really sorry, Japan, but your burgers are not the same as an American burger. Luckily, considering I'm only eating a burger a day, it's not like anything bad is happening to me, but at the same time, I doubt it's good for me to just eat burgers. So today, you guys probably saw a few days ago, I posted a picture of something I made. Some people clowned on me because they're like, it's just green. You need to add more color. And I was like, no, it's all foods I like, though. Some people were like, add some carrots. I was like, I didn't want carrots, though. I was going to have my carrot sticks for, like, a dinner time. Yeah, there's rice, there's chicken, and then there's, like, this Korean barbecue sauce on it. Got some protein, taking my iron supplements because I'm an old lady. Who puts carrots on a burger? But I made the same thing again today, except the first time I made it, I didn't have any dressing, like salad dressing. Today I didn't have any, but my parents had some in the fridge, some Italian dressing. And admittedly, I don't really like Italian dressing very much, which is why the first time I didn't use it, but I figured anything is better than eating the salad raw like a rabbit. And it really did. It made it, for maybe like a tablespoon of Italian dressing, maybe. I got, a few extra calories, but I could eat the salad and it wasn't miserable. So some things are worth their weight in gold. Even salad dressings you don't like. Wow, what a beautiful day it is outside. But yeah, I quite like the combination of the rice and the chicken though. I would be happy just eating that. I ate all my cucumbers though. I needed to get them out of the fridge or they were going to go bad, so I should have split them up better, but I could have saved half of the one that I ate today. But you know how it is. When you get something big like that, you just don't want to stop eating it. Especially since cucumbers are so low in calories, I just can't convince myself. I'm like, it's great. It's great. I just want to eat it. It's so refreshing. So anyway, I ate a whole cucumber. I deceptively, I didn't show you most of the broccoli because most of the broccoli that came out of my frozen broccoli bag, I fill up a whole proper a bowl, like one of those regular size bowls with broccoli. Then I steam it in the microwave because I'm lazy. And just trying to cook quick before I say, no, actually, this is too much. I'm just going to order a burger. Because the temptation is there. I could just eat a burger. I don't need to cook. I could just eat a burger and then I'll feel really good. But I can't. Yeah, it's not lazy, it's efficient. Sometimes you just don't feel like cooking. Oh my God, that reminds me. I got so pissed off. I was watching this video and this girl's like, I'm a private chef. This is what I cook on days when I don't feel like cooking. And it was like something that I looked at and I was like, yeah, this would take about 30 minutes at least. At least 30 minutes. Yeah, it was like 5 billion ingredients. And I was like, this is a joke, and it's a sick joke. When I don't feel like cooking, you know what I'm cooking? The fucking frozen TV dinner meal I have. Or I'm ordering out. When I don't feel like cooking, I'm not saying, and so I pulled out my salmon and I made a marinade. And then I made a salad with different mixed greens I randomly had in the fridge. And I chopped up some cashews to make a dressing from scratch and mixed it with olive oil. You know, you wouldn't say that. That's too much work. When I don't feel like cooking, why would I do that? Why would I do that? You say pro chefs are built different, but you have to remember, I almost went to culinary school. I was going to become a pro chef, and I still wouldn't be doing all that. Because if I'm not bothered to cook, I'm sorry, I'm not fucking bothered to cook. Wait, really? Yeah. I was gonna go to a cooking school. But the year before, I would have been able to enter. The funniest thing happened. You guys aren't going to believe this. So I was taking every single course that I could for cooking. I was taking every single course I had to for cooking to meet like the requirement to join cooking school. And I... My friend, who was an upperclassman, she got in. And then after she got in, you know, you had to apply the year before you would graduate. So I was finishing up all my required classes, and she had just got in. And then right after she got in, they announced, yeah, so we're gonna be closing down. Everyone we accepted, we will run for the next 4 years or however many until they can graduate. But we are not accepting any more students because we're closing down the whole school after this. So like, I literally went there and I like did training courses before this. I was like planning. I was looking at like the tuition costs. I was really excited to go to cooking school. And then, yeah, they said no. They said, no, we're closing down. Yeah, it was terrible. Everything I wanted to do in school just kind of didn't work out. I wanted to do, when I realized that wasn't gonna pan out, I was like, you know, I've always been interested in psychology. Maybe I'll become a therapist or something. I should do advanced psychology. So I did that. But for some reason, and I've never had this issue before my senior year, I could not stop falling asleep in class. And it was so funny because the teacher talked about it. The class was right after lunch. And he was like, yeah, it's you know, this is the worst hour of the day because you just got out of lunch. And then if I turn the lights off, you're going to be really sleepy naturally and potentially fall asleep. I had never, ever fallen asleep in classes before. The amount of times this teacher just turned on a fucking video and then turned off the lights and did fuck all. Well, he made us watch a video right after lunch. Holy shit. It was terrible. I fell asleep so much in AP psychology. He would come and he would like bang on my desk with a book to wake me up and be like, Nerissa. I'd be like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Psychology teacher. I was like, you literally talked about this. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, old man. Cut it out. Cut it out. I swear, he would have been one of those teachers who would like throw chalk at my head if he could. He was mean. But yeah, so I really didn't I enjoyed the regular psych course, but when I was taking the AP one, and then I had that teacher, I really wasn't enjoying it so much. I was still enjoying studying it, don't get me wrong, but like, I decided against. I was like, if I have the potential to get teachers like this who really, really suck, maybe I should. That's kind of what happened with English too. I know I've talked about this, but I was studying English and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do AP and maybe I'll study like English in like college. So I wanted to get into the AP course, and even from From my very first year at high school, I was just in the normal English course with all the normies, and my teacher approached me near the end of the year and said, "Your English, like all your papers and stuff are always so good. I don't understand. You should really get an advanced English." I was like, "There's an advanced course? Sign me up." And after that, I was in advanced English, and the first year, sophomore year, I did really good. I did great. And then I think how my school worked is we had like trimesters instead of semesters, so we would have 3, and sometimes you would shuffle around teachers. It would depend on like how the classes worked. But so for English, I ended up my junior year having advanced English, and I had a really good teacher, and we vibed, and they liked everything I did. And then I got moved to a different teacher, I think, is what happened, and he didn't like anything I did. And you had to be above a B, or you got kicked out of the advanced English, and you weren't allowed to take the AP class if you didn't pass all of advanced English. So I got a C for the first time in advanced English, my last trimester. And then I was barred from taking the AP course just because this one teacher decided that he didn't like my writing style. And then, I mentioned this before, but so I took the creative writing class where we did a lot of like poetry and like stuff like that and story writing. And guess who taught that? The AP English teacher. And he loved me, and he asked me straight up, "Why aren't you in AP English? I feel like you'd like it a lot. I feel like it really suits you." And I was like, wow, I should kill myself. I should kill myself. So anyway, yeah. It was indeed a big oof. It is what it is. Don't KYS. Please, Nerissa Ravencroft, you're so sexy. Please. I like watching you walk from behind. You can't KYS. But yeah. What is this role play? Shut up. Why do you hate everything I do? You're just like my mean English teacher who gave me a C so I couldn't take the AP course. Keep yourself safe. Thank you. How far are you? Oh, guys, we're only 24 minutes in. We are not checking. Technically not even. That's just how long my actual thing's been running. We are only 18 minutes in. We are not checking the steps yet. We'll check maybe at the 30 or 45 minute marks. Okay, you gotta be a little more patient. Nick G, also thank you for the pinky and congratulations. Happy early birthday. Sorry, I'm not streaming on your birthday. But I hope you have an amazing 21st birthday. Don't go drinking. It's not worth it. I understand if you want to, because I know everyone's like, "Oh, I can drink legally for the first time. I must do it," but you don't need to. You're better than that, Nick G. Ganbatte, hang in there, and happy birthday. It's good to sing while you walk. Because, then you get to focus on your core. Don't ask me to explain. Because you are suddenly using air instead of taking it in, but you're still working out. It's a good exercise for air support, if you know what I'm saying. Aikatsu. Love wins. Is that what that means? Aikatsu? Cuts! Aikatsu! But I know that's the name of an idol anime, right? Walking opera is so true. Elizabeth, ein Schiff. I do not know German. Oh, Lacrimosa. I actually don't know how Lacrimosa goes apart from just that part. Ich weiß Dutch. No. Deutsch. Ich weiß Deutsch. Ich habe ein formulas ultimatum sein Gesetz. I don't know. I don't remember the words. It's been a while since I've looked at the lyrics of Elizabeth Das musical. Learning German will increase your Riz by 30%. I'm not so sure. I made my sister once sit and watch Elizabeth Das musical with me, or Radia. She was pissed at me. She hated it. She's like, I don't know, German just sounds really aggressive. And I was like, I'm about to beat the shit out of you. Elisabeth zu sein, dann werd ich Titania. Ich würde lachen, wenn man sagt, she is verrückt. I also can't do the German R no matter how hard I try. We'd all watch it with you. I know you guys would. You guys love me, right? You'd watch Elizabeth Das musical with me, right? You would watch it with me if I asked you. I believe it. Elizabeth, do not despair so. Come and rest within my arms. I wish to comfort you. There's no official English lyrics to anything. And you want to know whose fault it is? The royal family of the UK. I've complained about this many a time, but I will continue to complain about it until they release Elizabeth Das musical in English officially. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to translate it myself. And I really don't want to do that. Michael Kunze, if you're seeing this, please release the English script. Who cares about the royal family? But basically, they draw similarities to Diana. So it offends the royal family, even though it's based on a true story regarding a different royal from a totally different country, the country of Austria. I would like to take a Papa Risa out for dinner. Please give me your blessing. Thank you. Good luck. My father thinks that I'm too good for any man. He has told me such. I've asked him before, and he said there is no man worthy of you in the world. So, good luck. I think he'll eat your soul or something. He's right, though. Oh, you're sweet. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl in the world. Oh, my brother was quite sad, though. He saw Eofi, who seems to have completely forgotten the things she said at the beginning when he was first introduced. It's been a long time, so I don't blame her. But she acts almost as if he's a stranger, as if they've never met before. They haven't. And he was so sad. He was reading it, and he was like, I can't believe her. I thought we had something special. I can't blame him. I'd be heartbroken too. Eofi is amazing. I would be devastated, frankly. Yeah, she saw Godzilla and that was it. It was over. Elizabeth. You know, now whenever I think of Elizabeth Das musical, I think of Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, and then I just like So whenever I like am thinking of her as well, I also think of Elizabeth Das Musical, and I sing Elizabeth because that's her sting. That's her stinger. Whenever Elizabeth is sung in that musical, it's always the same notes. It's just like Epic the Musical, where they're always Penelope Telemachus. They always sing it the same way because it's supposed to be that musical sting that represents them. So they always do it. Elizabeth. They have a whole song that's called Elizabeth, and they pronounce it differently because they pronounce it the Hungarian way. But in the Japanese version of Elizabeth Das Musical, they do not care. They simply pronounce it Elizabeth the same way they do the rest of it. And it's kind of impressive, actually. If you can ever get your hands on one of the Toho but the like theater show or the Takarazuka, a lot of times they get actors and they really make them work on that pronunciation. Because I feel like in Japanese it would be more like Elizabeth, you know, but they're really good. There's one guy who's like Elizabeth, and I'm like, wow, that's really good pronunciation. Yeah, not Toho. It's different. Elizabeth. Yeah. Elizabeth. Eris. But they do a really good saying Elizabeth. Because technically it's not. I think even in German it's not Elizabeth. It's not Elizabeth. It's Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Sorry. Anyway, I'm just like brain rotting. It's because I'm walking. I've just got to keep talking. I've got to keep my mind off of what's going on. You know how it is. Yeah, there's no TH in Japanese. Elizabeth. Roseblood flame, I love you. I'm thinking of you. I hope you're doing well. Elizabeth. Had a good weekend? Kind of. Honestly, I'm kind of in hell right now. It's like I got home from Japan, and then I have a lot of stuff at home that I have to do. And then because my computer was broken, I was basically like so frozen with like anxiety because I couldn't work. Like I was like, well, my studio isn't set up, so I can't record anything. I can't do anything on my computer, so anything that requires a computer I can't do right now. All of my work is piling up. No one's angry with me, but they will be eventually. And the issue is now, like usually it's just a little bit at a time, you know, and then you just like do one thing a day and then it's really manageable because they just give you something and you're like, oh, okay, I'll just do this right now and then it's done, you know. Jarek, thank you very much for the pinky and happy late birthday. But yeah, so it's kind of like if I had not had a broken computer, I would have been okay. Because I could have still been keeping up with my work, but even just now before the stream, actually, I know I watched Twilight, so you guys probably thought I was doing fuck all, but that's because I just had finished a kind of decently long recording session where I was catching up on some projects, and I just needed to de-stress before I walked, you know? Why are you watching Twilight? Because sometimes you just need to watch Twilight, you know? Sometimes you're just lonesome. Sometimes you miss Twilight. Sometimes you're thinking about it because you keep getting shorts recommended on your feed where this lady is talking about Twilight and different things of Twilight, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I need to watch Twilight again. And that's where I'm at right now. Okay, but all of Twilight? Yeah, all of Twilight. I like all of Twilight. I think you guys forgot that year that I did that Twilight watch along, separately from that, I think I watched Twilight in total like 3 times. within like the first 3 months of that year. I really like Twilight. I think it's fucking hilarious. I think it's... The thing that I noticed this time is I just finished New Moon again. And I think it's really funny because Edward is not realistic. And I don't mean this in a way in like men should be like this, right? So don't misinterpret me. But I think it's really funny because he's not realistic. I remember being a high school girl. I remember being a middle school girl. I actually went through most of my Shakespeare phase in middle school. That's when I got the complete works of Shakespeare, and I started carrying it around with me everywhere. And I would take it when I would go to my babysitting job. I would take it with, and when all the kids went to sleep, I would open it up and I would read Shakespeare plays. Because I was like in love with Shakespeare, and I realized that that's just a thing, I think, with high school girls, is just like, we love Shakespeare. When I watched 10 Things I Hate About You recently, the main character's best friend is obsessed with Shakespeare to the point where she's actually in love with him. Watching Twilight and New Moon literally has a part where they're watching Romeo and Juliet, and like everyone's watching it like it's so romantic, and you know, we see Angela, her friend's boyfriend, Eric, crying. Angela's boyfriend, Eric, which Angela is Bella's friend, and he's crying watching Romeo and Juliet. Then we see Mike, who's often like, hey, Bella, I'm interested in you. But they always have to make clear that he's like a horrible fit because he doesn't actually care about anything. Like falling asleep while watching it. And then we see Bella and Edward having a conversation, right? They're talking. They're just talking about it and being a bit emo. And then the teacher calls them out, and he's like, can you recite the last lines of iambic pentameter to remind us that you were listening? And he just perfectly quotes fucking Romeo and Juliet. And I remember, I forgot about that, but it made me remember that when that came out, that was so sexy. Same with the fact that he was like, she's like, what are you listening to? And turned it on, and it was Claire de Lune. I was like, oh my God. Claire de Lune? Wow. He's so not like other guys. And then he's like, oh my God, he's quoting Shakespeare. He knows it by heart. He's not like other guys. And I know Edward was written to be like that, because obviously he's supposed to have the max appeal to middle school and high school girls, obviously. Like, that is the point. He's not supposed to be realistic. The dream of every 15-year-old theater kid, exactly. But, you know, it kind of gets to me. Chat, this only works on teens. Not true. That would work on me. Look, every time I watch a Jane Austen movie, like, I would have gotten got by Willoughby when she was like, I need a romance that's exciting and fast, and he needs to like the same things as me. Then he pulls out his pocketbook after he like quotes some Shakespeare, and he's like, sorry, it's my little book of Shakespeare. I just keep it in my pocket because I love it so much. But here, I'll give it to you as a gift. And I was like, oh God. It's like you're speaking to me right now, Willoughby. I see why she likes you, but I can't help but root for Alan Rickman. Because he's fucking Alan Rickman. And Alan Rickman, you know, when I see him in like Harry Potter or like Sweeney Todd, I don't like look at him and think like he's sexy. I don't really look at Alan Rickman and think, wow, what a sexy man. But when I saw him in, what was that one called? I'm blanking. Jane Austen. It had Kate Winslet. Sense and Sensibility. There we go. Sense and Sensibility. When I saw him in that movie, I was like, oh wait, he is sexy. Suddenly, whoa, he's really sexy. All of a sudden, I'm starting to get it. Anyway, rest in peace, Alan Rickman. You were a star. it is 7:35. Let's go ahead and check how many steppies we are at now. 5,701 steps, and we're still going strong. You watch Galaxy Quest? I don't know what that is. Already, reminder that I started with 2,400 steps. So it seems like we're going fast, but it's just because we already had some to start. We'll be going, for that reason, probably closer to 12,000 unless I get like really tired. But anyway, yeah. Wow, I love talking about my life with you guys. It's like you guys really understand me. You listen to all the insane shit I say. Listen to the insane shit I say. You don't mind that I'm fucking crazy. I love that for us. Oh, a movie I watched, I forget if I mentioned this, but I actually watched The Fifth Element for the first time. That was a very sexy movie. I had only known the diva dance, and I'm gonna be honest. I had never seen it because Aradia really wanted me to watch it, and at that time, she was really mean to me. And whenever I wanted her to watch something, she never would. So when she was like, you have to watch this, I was really into the diva dance, and I like loved that part of the movie. Didn't see the rest of it, didn't know anything else. Had no idea what this movie was about. Had no idea at all. So anyway, I watched it for the first time, and oh my god. The main guy, I don't remember his name, but he's kind of like Han Solo. Now I regret not having watched it when I was younger because I feel like I would have had like AMVs in my mind about the whole thing. So what's it about? Bruce Willis, I don't know who that is. Yeah, Corbin Dallas. He had a little bit of he had a little bit of Han Solo in him. That rebel who's really good at what he does, but struggling a little bit because, you know, he just likes to do things his way. Looking for the one. Bruce Willis is his real name. I know, I just don't know who Bruce Willis is. I've heard the name, I just don't know who he is. But yeah, he was so hot. I was like, whoa. Whoa, I love this character archetype. I had a big crush on Han Solo too when I watched the Star Wars movies. I was devastated with what they did to him. I know it was because of his actor. It's like, you gotta kill me off. I don't want to be in these damn movies. But still, pissed me off, man. Makes me so mad. I have not seen Die Hard. I don't know. See, it's funny because Die Hard was on TV earlier, and my mom was like, oh, look, Nerissa, Die Hard. And I was like, I haven't watched it, and I'm not going to. I've made it this far in my life without watching it. I'm not going to start now. I am not starting now. Alan Rickman's in it. Maybe I have to change my stance on Die Hard. Are you serious? Is he actually in it? Or are you just saying that? I'm one of those people. Now I've been forcing myself actually to watch movies that I haven't seen before on planes. Because I fly a lot now, you know, and especially to like far away places. So instead of watching the same movies over and over again like I want to, I will turn on the movie on the plane and watch it. So I watched Back to the Future for the first time. And then I was watching Back to the Future 2, but we ended up landing and I still had 20 minutes left and I haven't found time to finish it. Because I don't know where to watch the movie, so. Or like I watched How to Train Your Dragon, those movies, because I hadn't seen them before. Yeah, Back to the Future is a really interesting movie. I need to know how it ends. The second movie. But yeah, I just need to wait till I'm on a plane again. The internet, Risa, the internet. I'm not smart enough for that, okay? You haven't seen them till now? Yeah, on my recent flight back, I watched Back to the Future for the first time. Then I had another flight, and that's when I started watching the second one, but the flight wasn't long enough, so. Oops. My fault. Ah, ha, ha. Sorry. It's because I'm in my house. I swear if I was actually... I'm totally outside. That's why the background looks like this. It's not a projection screen in my office to pretend I touch grass. I don't remember the last time I went outside. I don't remember the smell of dirt anymore. All I know is it's hot. I didn't watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Oh! Whoa, you're crazy. See, even I understand the importance of Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings so much. Those movies, I'll admit, I actually got to them late too. But they're so timeless. They're like so iconic. Like I didn't even care that I didn't see them. They still felt, I feel like, as magical as if I had watched them when I was young. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I like them so much that I listened to audiobooks. So I read them. And I didn't do like the thing where like I'm like listening to the audiobook and like doing something else. No, I'd like lean back, close my eyes, and like get immersed and like really try to picture it. It was so much fun. I need to listen to The Hobbit next. Yeah, I sat there and listened. I locked in. I have a really time multitasking. So if there's something I actually want to do like that, I have to like lock in. So sometimes I would try to listen to a chapter before bed. So when I was in bed, but sometimes I'd be so tired I'd fall asleep while the chapter was playing. And that happened a lot when I was first starting it. So for the whole first chapter, I listened to it probably a total of like 5 times before I actually finished it because I kept trying to listen to it before I went to sleep. And I was like, oh, it doesn't matter that I fell asleep. I have to start from the beginning again. So I got really familiar at that moment with the first chapter of The Lord of the Rings. It was a really good read, though. I'd highly recommend if you like reading or audiobooks. I love the movies, though. I don't understand what people were complaining about, too. Honestly, I didn't feel like he was too... I feel like one of the things I see about Tolkien is people are like, oh, he's too descriptive. Like, he gives too much detail on things that don't matter. But I really didn't feel like that. At all. Throughout, like, any of it, honestly. Like, I never had a moment where I was like, oh, this is too descriptive, you know? Yeah, it's just good world building. But yeah, I really liked it, so I need to read The Hobbit next. I just need to do it. I need to stop waiting. I can always reread it. I also need to pick up Rings of Power Season 2. I didn't find time to watch it. And I haven't really... I feel like I didn't see anything about it, so I didn't really feel the urge to. How's the heart rate? I don't know. Probably pretty normal. How would I know my heart rate? We're just walking. Kara made it sound good. Yeah, I think she said she enjoyed it. I saw some people say it was way worse than the first season, but then I saw some people say the opposite, and they're like, no, it's better. I was like, what? What do you mean it's better? I don't understand. You don't have a tracker? Why would I be tracking? They humanize the orcs? Yeah. I mean, it's to be expected, honestly. Like, in this day and age, I feel like one thing that I really hate in a lot of media, if I'm honest, is I feel like a lot of media is scared to just let bad guys just be bad inherently. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against that. Like, for example, there's the Disney way of doing things, and then there's the Ghibli way of doing things. And I'm talking about old Disney, right? Think Maleficent. She was just fucking evil. She was evil and petty, okay? Or like Scar, he was just evil. Like, there wasn't a backstory to make him some like even tragically evil guy. He was just fucking evil. Then you have Studio Ghibli, where you have characters like No Face, who No Face isn't a bad guy. Chihiro even says it's the bathhouse that's making him crazy. He needs to get out. And then we see when he's in better company, he is very polite. He's a good guy. So it's kind of like those villains are more realistic in certain senses, as to where, again, Disney or Western style tend to just be evil. But now, these days, because often people can sympathize with aspects of villains, I feel like media is too in love with making a villain someone you can sympathize with. And don't get me wrong, I feel like there's times and places for that. Like, there's never been a Studio Ghibli movie where I've watched it and been like, this villain sucks, because they're like, I can sympathize with them, you know? But I feel like I've definitely watched like Western movies where they do that. Like, Sweeney Todd is great because it never tries to convince you that Sweeney is in the right. Like, he is a bad guy. And you know that. You know he's locked in for revenge, and you like that. It's the fun. You're watching a psychopath work, and it's great because you know what you're in for. They're not trying to soften what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and he doesn't care because that's his goal. And yeah, he's a very compelling character. So you just want to watch it, and you can't help but root for him because you're like, you know what? If that happened to me, I'd probably go on a crazy spree for revenge too. So go off, Sweeney Todd. I hope I am never in your barbershop, but go off. Yeah, get your revenge, girl. But yeah, I feel like, for example, if we look at like Frozen, I really didn't like Hans being the villain. I was like, that's stupid. Like, there wouldn't have been a villain, I guess, but I was like, that's really stupid. I didn't like it, if I'm completely honest. And I really liked that movie, too. But, like, I was like, are you kidding? Like, you set him up, you give him a love song. You don't even give Kristoff a love song. Thank God they rectified that in the second season. But I was like, I would have almost rather had them go Elsa villain and redeem her, you know? I meant second movie, you know what I meant. But I don't know, and you know, Zootopia too, making the like that cute little sheep. I'm just like, just stop. Commit to the bit. Give me the evil people again, whom I can look at and be like, hell yeah. And that's just what I miss. And that's what I liked. Because I think Tolkien has been like, no, the orcs are mindless and they're just like inherently evil. So you don't really need to humanize them, is my point. Like, they're made, the world is complex enough. You don't you don't need to add complexity to the villains that are canonically lore-wise just fucking evil, you know? When I said Zootopia 2, it was Zootopia, comma, T-O-O, as in Zootopia also, not Zootopia, the second one. There is no second one as far as I know. Sorry, sometimes English is hard when spoken. But yeah, so I don't know. That's just my opinion though, and I'm sure some people disagree. I'm sure some people are like, but what if they weren't inherently evil? But I think it's fine. I think it's fine to have evil villains sometimes. And I think sometimes it makes the story almost more thrilling. Honestly, that's one thing I didn't like about Steven Universe. I really like Steven Universe. Can I spoil it? It's been long enough, right? So Steven Universe builds up the whole time about these diamonds who are just so evil. Like they've literally killed whole entire planets to mine them for resources and killed off who knows how many different species and stuff just to mine planets for themselves and create more gems. They're horrible. They are evil. They are inherently evil. And the show, I'm like, oh my god, how are they going to deal with this? Because Steven Universe as a character is really good at the talk no jutsu. It's like, but what if you just were a good guy? And half the time people are like, you're right. What if I was just a good guy? I should do that. So what I thought was going to happen was that they were going to be like, oh, you know, we can't use talk no jutsu here. Sorry, Steven, we gotta kill these guys. Aw, man. But then they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all. Also, they didn't explain. I thought they were going to like explain more like Pearl lore. I thought Pearl was for sure gonna have originally been like White Diamond's Pearl. She had the pearl on her forehead. She wasn't really pink. Like, sure, her hair was kind of pink, but like she definitely was more like different tones. You know, I was like, you know, this makes sense, especially when we saw the other diamonds, pearls, and they all were exactly matching to their diamond. And I know it's because they're like, blah, blah, blah. It's because there was a different pink pearl. But I'm like, well, where is White Diamond's pearl then? Why does she just have no pearl except for pink pearl? Wouldn't it make sense that she switched her pearl and sent in her own, you know, to pink diamond? Wouldn't that make sense? Apparently not. I don't know. I was a bit sad that that wasn't a twist. They're like, no, she was just like made. She was just like made to like, but she wasn't like White Diamond's pearl or anything. Like, are you kidding? But then again, I thought that they were gonna go and like actually have to like obliterate the diamonds or something. But then they just talk no jutsu. They made her blush and that was it. And then they're just like, oh, well, we're good now. I guess we'll save all the gems on Earth, I guess. Are you kidding me? Did you think of Steven Universe Future? I didn't really vibe with it. I thought it was fine. But I thought Steven Universe, it just kind of got to be too much for me in general. Where, like, it's a fun little show, you know? It's a fun little show. And it's fun. But I feel like it got too serious because most of the watch base, I feel like, wasn't the intended audience of the original, like, 8-year-old kids. Because I swear to you, originally, before they revealed Steven's age, I was literally like, he acts like a 7 or 8-year-old. He's probably 7 or 8. And then they made the episode where they revealed he was 14 or whatever. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is a retcon. There's no way. He definitely was written with the intention to be like an 8-year-old and then aged up because they realized the audience was overall older. And I felt like that's the point where I started to be like, Like, I really liked the show and I liked it all the way till the end, but I don't feel as connected to it as I did when I was like, oh, it's just like a silly kid and his moms and his gem alien moms like doing the formulaic thing, and they talk no jutsu and they deal with evil foes. But then again, the audience was just too old. So they were like, we gotta age it up to appeal to this older audience. And then that's where I felt like Steven Universe Future kind of failed me personally, where I was like, I'm glad that they are dealing with the important subject of childhood trauma, but I don't feel like they're doing it the right way. And I don't think that this is the show to do that with. But maybe that's just my opinion. I'm sure some people, it was very meaningful to them, you know? Because I was like, Steven's whole thing was that he was a ray of sunshine and was always like able to pull everyone else out. And sometimes it's fine to just have, you know, to just have that. But then having him be like, actually, that was so traumatizing for me. And now I'm becoming erratic. And I was like, okay, hello. I was watching this so I could see where you all went, but now I see that I'm just going to be watching Steven deal with his childhood trauma the whole time. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, oh my god. I'm sorry. When Lars and Sadie broke up, for me too, I really didn't like that. I really disliked that because I was like, I understand what they're going for, is things change. They're going for the same thing that the really fucking good episode of Teen Titans did, which is things change and evolve over time, and sometimes they don't go the way that you expected or wanted them to go. But this is a kid's show on Cartoon Network, made for kids, and it doesn't matter. Like Teen Titans, the episode was enough of like things change without like breaking up the team. You know, they didn't suddenly go, oh yeah, by the way, we know we've been building up to Raven and Beast Boy. Now Raven is dating Cyborg, by the way. No, it kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, they were just going in different directions. Like I was like, it's not that I feel like that's a bad message. Like, again, it's just, I feel like it's an inherent difference where the Teen Titans episode, it sticks with me and it really makes me feel things, you know, because like it's stuff that's relatable. When I go to my hometown and I realize that all the things that were there when I was young that I heavily associate with it are just literally not there anymore. Like I can't go back to them. Like that's a very relatable feeling, you know, as to where like, when I see like, oh, we were like hinting that these people were like going to get together at some point, but we just decided for the hell of it that they didn't. He became a space pirate and she just stayed doing whatever. I forget. I think she was like in a band. And again, I don't think it was like the worst thing ever, but I just didn't really appreciate it. There's an entire episode. I mean, their relationship was toxic, but we're talking about a kid's show for kids. That's when those episodes mostly were, especially, is like when it was still clearly not being made with what became the audience. You lost me, I'm sorry. Everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about? People change. I know people change. You're missing what I'm trying to say, though. You're missing what I'm trying to say. I'm saying with where it went, with how their characters developed, they no longer were dependent on each other. So in terms of story, they had both found themselves, and if anything, they were more compatible than ever. They got out of the toxic cycles of Sadie having a super big crush on Lars and really like super being in love with him and like being able to like hold her own and have like her own like personality and things that she likes. So when you look at it from that perspective, you say, oh my god, now is like, in terms of the story, this is a time where they'd actually make like a really good like couple, you know? Like they've actually both grown, that they can actually assess the situation and become better people. Lars isn't an asshole anymore. you know? But then they just off screen, completely randomly, not even with another character from the TV show, they just created one and they're like, oh, by the way, Sadie's dating this person now. And that's exactly how I felt too watching it. Like, honestly, I was like, Steven, you're valid, because what the fuck? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? You cannot give me this slow burn, watch me go through their character growth, and then just like have them meet again. And if I remember, I think Lars was like, you know, now that all this time has passed, like I don't remember what it was. I think he still low-key liked Sadie, but then found out she was taken. And that's where my issue, because again, we're not talking about a show that was originally made for adults or even teenagers. It's originally made for kids. Very young children. Anyway, that's not the point. I'm sorry. I'm just yapping. I don't care if you don't agree. That's totally fine. If you thought it was great, if you thought it did important things for you, you are so valid. I'm not trying to invalidate your experiences just because I personally didn't vibe with it. Kids deserve depth too. You're missing the point. I agree. You're missing the point though. It's like, to me, it's like when you're reading a book and there's all this foreshadowing that something's gonna happen. All this foreshadowing. And then the author finds out that everyone realizes that it's gonna happen. So they change it last second to be like, huh, gotcha. And then they try to make it. And then they try to make it deep. They try to make it deep. That's what it felt like to me. It didn't feel like a very intentional, like again, the Teen Titans episode that did something similar, I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing. I thought it handled it really well. It was deep. And even watching it now, years and years later, it's still amazing. Chef's kiss. It didn't dumb it down for the audience. The issue is Steven Universe, no offense, this is coming from someone who likes the show, is not written intelligently most of the time. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's still got its moments where it's amazing. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm just saying oftentimes most of the stuff, it's like half and half. You'll have some part that's got like so much depth, and then you'll go back to Steven Universe being like, Cookie Cat, he's a cat for your tummy. Cookie Cat, he's super duper yummy. Cookie Cat, he left his family behind. Cookie Cat. You know, like, you go between these. Like, it's not like Avatar The Last Airbender. The tone is not consistent, is what I'm trying to say. That's the words I'm looking for. The tone is not consistent enough in the show, but it tries to have it both ways. It wants to be funny, where it can have its like really funny, hilarious moments like Gumball, and then it wants to turn around and have its Avatar The Last Airbender moments, but it just ends up causing me so much whiplash. And don't get me wrong, I was invested. I was into it. I was into it at the time, but I'm just saying, yeah, 20 years later, I still want to go back and watch Avatar The Last Airbender or Teen Titans, and I still think they're great shows. That's all I'm saying. Even Gumball. When I see clips from Gumball, I'm like, fuck, this is hilarious. This still hits. Because they knew what they were and they didn't try to flip-flop. Avatar could have its funny moments, but they were more so, it always came back to the plot. It never felt tonally uneven to the point where I was like, is this a fucking comedy or is it serious? I don't fucking know. You know? That's all I'm trying to say. Steven Universe, great show, didn't have a good balance. Didn't know what it wanted to be because it was conflicted between which audience it should appeal to, children or the adult audience it has cultivated. That's all I'm trying to say. You guys are winding me. Look at what you're doing. You're getting me all worked up over Cartoon Network shows. Making your boss all sweaty. Let's go ahead and check our steps. Okay. We have 8,700 steps. We have also reached all of our heart points. 59. 59. If we get 10 more, you know where we'll be. And I had 0 heart points before this started. So seems like this 2.2 is pretty good. We've been going for about an hour and 5 minutes-ish. We didn't start right on the dot, technically. Okay, we gotta talk about something else. I don't know why I'm getting so mad over something that doesn't matter. People are going to be committed to misunderstanding. It's the internet, it's how it is. Dude, Adventure Time is one of those shows that I really want to watch. But I couldn't get through it because I feel like they are kind of similar to Steven Universe, except once they kind of got into it, I feel like they committed more. But I watched the first 2 seasons and I was like, when does the story start? When's it gonna start hitting? When's the story gonna start? And it just, I'm sure I was getting close. But, you know, I feel like it's also going to have a lot of tonal issues, which is fine. But yeah, I don't have the time to commit. It's way too long. I'm sure it's an amazing show. I watched breakdown videos talking about it and like, I love those. Endure it for the gay. I'm thinking about it. Marceline, is it just you and me in the wreckage of the world? That must be so confusing for a little girl. And I know you're going to need me here with you. But I'm losing myself and I'm afraid you're going to lose me too. This magic keeps me alive, but it's making me crazy and I need to save you. But who's going to save me? Please forgive me for whatever I do when I don't remember you. That shit hit me so hard. That shit hit me so hard. See, on one hand, though, I feel like, even so, I feel like Adventure Time still manages to have a better balance than, based on what I know of it, than Steven Universe. I don't know how else to describe it. Because, like, that's so deep. But they still keep it silly enough because you have fucking, the SpongeBob voice actor playing the Ice King. And he's just going fucking insane the whole time. He's just happy to be in the room with Marceline, even if he doesn't know why. I'm like, you know what this makes me think of? Dementia. Which makes it even more sad. Which makes it even more horrible. Now, Tom Kenny is a goat. But yeah. It's so good. But they don't actually put it in that way that, like, as a kid, I think I would watch that and get really sad and I wouldn't know why until later, you know? Be like, why did I cry at this silly scene? It was silly. They were playing instruments and honestly, they weren't playing them very well. And Ice King was there and he sounded like SpongeBob. Why was I so emotional? Oh, Gravity Falls? I'm sorry, I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it. I need to, though. At some point. Lemongrab? Oh my god, I love Lemongrab. I thought he was funny. Ain't no way. I'm sorry. I didn't have the channel it was on. Otherwise, I definitely would have watched it. I loved Ben 10. I loved Ben 10. I think they had a reference to Naruto on Ben 10, and I like went crazy because I was watching both the shows at the same time. Ed, Edd and Eddy, oh, that shit's great. I loved Ed and Eddy. That show was so fucking crazy. And I loved at the end when his brother showed up and his brother was a huge twat. And all the kids, even the ones who just fucking hate Eddie, were like, nah, you don't fucking do that, you asshole. I was like, this is great, actually. Because Eddie's so mean. But the moment you see his brother, you kind of realize why. And then you just can't help but feel bad for him. You just can't help but feel bad for him, you know? So you're like, yeah, he's kind of an ass. But now I get it. Now I want to beat his brother up. What about Kids Next Door? Oh, I was so sad when Kids Next Door ended. I forget. I feel like there's a character I had a crush on in Kids Next Door at the time. Who was it? I don't remember. But you know what? Number 2 always made me think of Patrick Stump for some reason. Number 4. I like Cookie. Cookie was cute. One thing I couldn't get over is Cree Summers, who voiced number 5. She was also in that one show. What's it called? It's like, I think it was on Adult Swim. She's an amazing actor. Drawn Together, that show. Drawn Together, yeah. Because Tara Strong was in it too. That show was something else. Like, it's one of those, I remember when I went back and I watched The Office, there's those scenes where you're like, oh, wow. Oh, that is not socially acceptable today. I feel like a lot of those old, like, adult TV cartoons are like that, though. If you go back and you watch them, you're like, oh. See, Office overrated. I've only seen it once, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I'll be honest, once Michael leaves, the show kind of loses its something, you know? It's je ne sais quoi. It loses something. But they added the guy, what's his name? He's really sexy. He took over for a bit and he's like a psychopath. And he's also in another show where he plays a psychopath called The Blacklist, I think. He's like the main guy. I don't remember the actor's name. But James Spader, yeah. He's so sexy. I think I have a thing for psychopaths. Because that show, when he came in, I was like, okay, wait, if he's here, I think I can watch the rest of The Office. Because he's actually, like, he's no Michael Scott, but he's still a good character. But then I ended up getting really invested in The Blacklist for a while, which I just couldn't finish it at the end of the day. I got too pissed off. It became too much for me. It became too much for me. She can fix them. Yeah, it's just like my love for Char Aznable or Starion. Like, I don't even care that they're evil. That's part of what makes them sexy. Yeah, Raven Reddington. Yeah. Bro. So good. Yeah, I heard there was a new Gundam show with Char in it called something that I can't remember how to say. But I think there's a G and a lot of U's and an X or something. Yeah. GQs. I need to watch it because I hear Char's in it. And oh my god. I love Char Aznable. You've never been as down bad for a little blonde anime twink as I have. That I watched Gundam The Origin show and said, I need to know everything about Char Aznable. And then I watched all of UC Timeline. All of them, by the way, because it's old anime, are like 50 freaking episodes. If you didn't know. If you've never watched Gundam, I was locked in. It was so good. It was so good. And I was in love. I watched exclusively for Char. It didn't matter what names he took on. Quattro Bagina. It didn't matter to me. It didn't matter who he was. I loved him. I loved him irrevocably. Quattro Regina is such a stupid name. I know he picked that name just to piss me off. I don't know. I just feel like he's one of those villains where he's so compelling. Where when I saw what he did, even ZZ's where I fell off. Because I need to watch ZZ too, even though I know he's not in it, so I can watch Char's counterattack. But I just couldn't. Everyone says it gets better. I don't believe them. Quattro is a good name, but Gina is a horrible name. Watch G-Quacks. G-Quacks. Skip ZZ. I might. What? Finish it. It's 50 episodes. I got to episode 8. Look, it would be one thing. It'd be one thing if it was like 12, even 24 episodes. I could lock in. It's 50. It's 50. And the issue now is it's been so long, I'd have to start from the beginning. 50 episodes is not that bad. Do you think I have time? I'm sorry. I know some of you might not have something called a job. I'm sure most of you have a job. But I have a job that requires me to be locked in probably 90% of the time. You watch Twilight? You want to know why I can watch Twilight? Because I've seen it before and I know I enjoy it. And I don't have to lock in. Because I've already seen it a million times. I don't have to lock in. I can be reading manga in the background. It doesn't matter. There's no rule saying you have to binge it in one go, but that's just how I watch things. If I can't watch at least like 5 to 10 episodes at a time, I don't want to watch it. You know? I don't want to. Yeah, back when anime had proper length, I miss those days, honestly. I miss the days of 24 to 26 episode anime. I feel like I don't like the 12 season anime. Because it always I'm like, oh, it's gonna just be a short. It's just gonna be a short, maybe 1 to 2 seasons. Like, I thought My Dress Up Darling, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a cute, maybe 26 episode at like max anime. Just cute because the first season's 12 episodes. It's gonna be so cute. It's still going. I have to wait until it's done airing. I can't watch it until it's done because I didn't realize it was gonna be so long. I didn't realize. I love My Dress Up Darling, but no one wants to commit to, see, I would commit to a 26 episode anime. What I can't commit to is like 100 episode anime that takes 5 years to come out. I can't do it. I hate watching 12 episodes of an anime and them saying, all right, see you in 2 years. I'm like, could you have just waited? What if you just waited until you finished animating it and then dropped this peak? could just read. I don't want to. Because you know what? I'm an anime watcher. I like manga, but like I have to be really locked in. Usually I read the manga as like a supplementary thing, not the other way around. I really like having, it's probably because I like to sing, but personally I enjoy most having the audio, the audible sensations tingled. You know what I'm saying? So having the music, the voice acting is way better for me than just pictures, you know what I'm saying? If I don't have the sound effects, the acting, the music, all that stuff, the ambiance, and I'm like, too much text though, exactly. Yeah, I need to hear Shar Aznable in my ear. If I can hear Shar, then I'm like, yes, speak to me, Prince. I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything for you, my little evil man. But if you're just making me read it, I'm just like, I think it's also because, like, I have a hard time imagining things in my head, so, like, reading a manga, like, yeah, you see it, but, like, I can't, like, hear it in my head. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense at all. Or if I hear it, it's just in my voice, which isn't great. Because I don't want to hear Shar Aznable in my voice. It kind of takes away from my enjoyment. Oh, I don't have a mind's eye at all? Yeah. Like, I'd rather not be able to see anything and have my eyes closed and be entrenched in the audio experience than just be reading something and have no audio, you know? I'm glad some of you get me. But you have an amazing voice. Yeah, but I don't have the voice of a sexy man, you know? If I had the voice of a sexy man, then I'd love reading manga and be hearing it in my voice, because I'd be able to be like, oh yes, to hear those sexy men talking about sexy things. Yeah, I do, because I'm hearing them in my sexy voice and my sexy head. But instead, I'm a beautiful woman, so Shar just ends up sounding like a beautiful woman to me, and I'm like, damn it. It's not what I wanted right now. When reading Utena, amazing, wonderful. When reading shoujo manga, amazing, wonderful. When reading Gundam or like shonen anime, not so much. Gender bent Shar. I would voice gender bent Shar. If you never ever need a gender bent Shar actor, that's me. You found me, Gundam. I'm gonna die. I need to take a sip of water. But I have a hard time drinking while I walk. You know? Would you build Gunpla? I have one in my closet. But I suffer from the same issue as most Gunpla guys. Where I have it and I won't build it. And I keep telling myself I will. But it just sits there. Of course, it is Shar Zaku. It is, of course, Shar Zaku, because that is my favorite. Because my favorite is Shar. I feel bad because I know that there's like... I went to the Gundam store in Japan. That shit was crazy. I didn't even know there were so many crazy different, like, mobile suits. There's so many of them. Like at first, before I watched Gundam, I thought everything in Gundam was a Gundam. I didn't realize that just there was the Gundam, you know? And then the rest were mobile suits. So I made the mistake of calling everything a Gundam before I watched it. And then I was like, oh, I see. They're like cars. It's like, that's why guys like it. It's because it's like cars. Except it's fantastical flying cars that look like robotic humans. So I imagine that's why guys are really into it. I'm into it for the sexy evil men. You're into it because you're like, yeah, look at this one. This is what its super long name is, and this is the exact series it's from. Yeah, this is my favorite one. I know it's a little niche, but you know, I just really think this and this is really cool about it in the specifics. But except you like had that knowledge on like every single mobile suit in the series. That's the RX-78 too. What the hell are you talking about? I'm so happy for you. But I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's the Gundam? I call it the fucking Gundam. I call it what it is. I don't make up bullshit words. Oh, it's the RX-72, whatever. What are you talking about? Just call it the Gundam. What do you think, you're better than me? What do you think, you're better than me? Because you know its full scientific name? What do you go around and be like, oh, that's not a cat, it's actually this, and say the scientific name? I think not. Everyone would think you're a tryhard. Just call it the Gundam. Sharazaku, I don't care what it's called in technical terms. It's Sharazaku. I'm not calling it anything else. The RX-78 O2 is a different version of the Gundam. Oh, my tummy. Sorry, I'm joking, of course. I love how passionate Gundam fans are about Gundam and all the different mobile suits. I think it's great. And sometimes you have to have different defining names when you end up having so many. But I just can't even imagine how you get to naming them. You know what I'm saying? How do you come up with that shit? There are different Gundams. I know there are different Gundams. But like, for example, which from Mercury, that Gundam, it's Ariel, however the hell it's said. Arieru. That's its name. If you tell me that it has a scientific name, I'm not learning it. It's just the Ariel. It's a Gundam. The name is Girl Gundam, yeah. It's the Witch from Mercury Gundam. XVX 016 Gundam Ariel. Don't stop! You're hurting me! It's a she. It's a robot! It's a robot with a child inside of it. It's a robot, please. I always wish I'd be a new type though. Where do I get, when are my new type powers gonna come in? Do you know? How long do I have to wait? It's been 10,000 years. Do you guys think it'll happen for me? Any minute now? Thank you. You already have them? Yay! I'm already a new type, I just didn't know it. Thank you. Your soul's weighed down by gravity, not happening. I'll free it. I'll cut it free from gravity. Dear gravity, you held me down in this Twilight city. Oh, it's about the 30-minute mark. Let's go ahead and check our steppies. We are currently at 11,267. We'll go ahead and we'll keep walking. We want to get 12,000. Because again, I don't really believe that I had 2,000 steps before, because I feel like, don't get me wrong, I walked around like a little bit, but I really don't feel like I was doing that much movement. Sometimes it's nice to just go on a 2-hour walk, you know? Am I on a treadmill? No, I'm outside, as you can see. Speaking of Gundam, I plan to do a custom Gundam based on you. Do you have a preference for which one I use as a base? We just talked about this. I don't know anything. I don't know. Surprise me. I can't wait to see it, though. That's gonna be cool as hell. But they are just all the Gundam to me. The Gundam and Aerial Gundam and Charzaku. Those are the only ones I know by name. That's it. Those are the ones that exist. That's it. Ariel is too OP. You know, admittedly, that's one thing that kind of got me about Witch from Mercury. And I was like, so Suletta's just like unkillable, basically. And it's not even like, just she's such a godly like user. No, nothing like that. Just the Gundam is basically rigged. It's rigged. It's a rigged fight. I didn't mind. What was the guy's name? I forget. I had a big crush on him when I was watching Witch from Mercury. The guy who had the pink in his hair. I like that he kind of started out selfish, like this selfish like prince type who's kind of mean. Guel, yes. I like that he started spoiled and rich and then became sexier at the end. Yeah, Bob. We love Bob. He was a good guy, that Bob. He did have Kino character development. I love Gundam, sorry. I need to talk about something else. Why are we talking about TV shows still? I am in love with Bob. He's mine! You better find your own Bob. Me with every male character I have a crush on. Astarion, he's mine. Find someone else. Char Aznable, mine. I could fix him. Sephiroth, he only has eyes for me. Sephiroth. Bum 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 bum. Sephiroth. The Bob is mine. I can't wait to try him. Let me take my time. The stars, they align. The Bob is mine. Oh my god, did you see what comes out on my birthday this year? Wicked Part 2. Oh, I've never needed something so bad. I've never needed something so bad in my whole life. No one mourns the wicked. Wicked, wicked. That's not the note she hits. I'm too low, but that's fine. I don't think I could sing that high right now. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. Oh, I watched a video recently on how to shatter glass. I didn't know that it's something you can just learn to do. That like, it has to be a certain kind of glass, and then you have to match. It's not about singing high. It's about matching the same pitch as the glass when you like hit it, because it'll make it resonate. And then if you sing into it with enough vigor, enough volume, yeah, you match the resonant frequency. And then you can break it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's great. Everything has a shadow resonance. Do you think I have a shadow resonance? I don't know. I've sung pretty high and pretty loud. My head hasn't exploded yet. All humans do. No way. Shattered glass stream? I feel like that would be really messy. So if you manage to break it, you know, you're kind of fucked. Because now you've got glass everywhere. And I don't really want to be cleaning up glass. I don't dream of spending time cleaning up glass. See, and I feel like you have to like sing into or like right on the cup. So like, it's not like you can like randomly shatter a glass because you're just singing at this frequency. You have to kind of like be singing like right into it, you know? The cleaning, yeah, it would be one thing if you guys were cleaning up the shattered glass. But if I break it, I have to clean it. And I don't want to be frank. Jailbirds, I'm getting so exhausted. I don't know how much longer I can keep going like this. Are you really gonna keep pushing me? We've been going at 2.2 miles an hour for about an hour and a half-ish. Says here something like 90 some minutes. How far have we walked? Now 94 minutes and 47 seconds. We've gone 3.4 miles. And apparently we burned 400 calories, but I don't believe that. It always says like, I feel like my board, because it estimates how many calories you probably burnt by walking. And I'm like, I just don't think that number is correct. Like, I'd love to say, yeah, me walking for this long, I'm choking. I really need to drink some water. My throat's too dry to talk. It's not. Yeah, literally. It's a rough estimate. Well, it's really off. It's a ballpark. It's a very bad ballpark. Reach for 14K. Let's go. We'll see how much we end with. Ugh. You excited about Resident Evil 9 Requiem? I saw people talking about things, but I didn't know what the hell they were watching. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea. What was being watched? It seemed like both the PlayStation and Xbox had some announcement streams. I don't know where people were watching them. I don't know. I was looking forward to. I thought there was going to be a Final Fantasy IX remake or remaster, but then there wasn't, and now I'm kind of sad. Because I really love Final Fantasy VII, and I'm excited for the last part to come out, but I was kind of excited to get to play a different Final Fantasy game that I hadn't played before. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. We should play 16. I feel like there's something. Don't get me wrong. I like what I've seen of 16, but there's a certain aesthetic that I really like about old Final Fantasy games. like in the character design and stuff. And I want that. I want that aesthetic. My legs are schmovin'. My legs are schmovin'. I'm walking in heels. You guys remember what my shoes look like on this outfit? I'm walking outside in my business outfit. What would you do if you're walking in the woods and you see a woman in red bottoms and this outfit walk past you? What are you doing? Run? I would run too. That'd be scary. Work for her? Yes. Get recruited by her business. Chase her? What the hell? Get her business card. I like to keep it between my boobs. It's a convenient place because there's not really pockets on this skirt. Someone's like, can I have your business card? Oh, here you go. Hope it's not too sweaty. No pockets? Have you seen this? Do you see any pockets anywhere? Oh, it forcibly ended itself. One sec. Let me go ahead and check how many steps I have. 12,456. It has demanded that I stop. Oh, I feel like I'm still moving. Why'd you stop on me, bro? That wasn't very nice. Well, we got 12,000 steps apparently. For shutdown, yeah, I think it goes. I think it goes for like a certain amount of time, max, and then it will stop on you. But I wasn't done walking yet, so. Maybe it got too hot. No, it just does that. I heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. We are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun. Sorry. I fell off! I fell off! I have it cantered to the left. So I stepped too far over. I started walking too straight and my foot missed. I have it cantered to the right and I stepped over too far to the left. L plus ratio, you fell off. Shut the fuck up. You all right? Yes. I was able to jump off of it. To the left. To the left, to the left. Everything I own in a box to the left. In the closet. That's my stuff. See if I bought it. Please don't touch. Could you walk and talk at the same time, man? Apparently I can. 大丈夫ですか？はい、大丈夫です。ありがとうございます。安心ください。大丈夫です。Yeah, 2 hours and only one fall off. Hell yeah. JP Gilberts are confused. Nerissa ちゃんは歩いて What's treadmill in Japanese? Nerissa ちゃんは落ちる。あ、ダメ。でも大丈夫です。Treadmill. Guys, stop. There's no way that's it. There's no way that's it. ダメダメダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でもバララララダララララバカみたいバカみたいトゥトゥトゥなのね夢をトゥトゥトゥルトゥルルトゥ嘘がないくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I don't know the lyrics to that song ごめんね日本人I love you って Something something 言わない唇でおまなな好きよなのにどうしてさよならは消えたの I don't know the words It's a good song though Oh, I love walking on the treadmill. Walking on my walking pad that won't let me run. I'm ready to go tonight. Yeah, it's a feeling alright. We all need a reason for joy, oh yeah. Ticking down to midnight, tonight's gonna be bright, so the groove will make you move. Oh, whoa, I'm feeling just as fly. Can't stop dancing all night long. Do do do, do do do, move your body. Do 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 do. It's a good song. I love music. I love to sing because it distracts me from what I am doing and the fact that I fell off again. I'm distracting myself. I'm getting bored of walking. I don't want to walk anymore. I don't want to walk anymore. I'm done walking. I don't want to walk anymore. Please. I need to stop falling off. Be careful. No, I can't help it. She died. Who died? Our Akita. Evita. You make fun, but I'm the one attempting to do some good. Or do you really want a neighborhood where people piss on your stoop every night? Bohemia, Bohemia is a fallacy in your head. This is Calcutta. Bohemia is dead. Look, I didn't write the lyrics. It's just fucking Rent, bro. It's just Rent. Do you not know that song? Dearly beloved, we gather here to say our goodbyes. Here she lies, no one knew her worth. The late great daughter of Mother Earth. On the night when we celebrate the birth in that little town in Bethlehem, we raise our glass, you bet your ass to La Vie Bohème. La Vie Bohème. Asking a bunch of dudes if they know Rent. Look, I'll be honest, I didn't watch Rent for the longest time. But that one song is like the best part of Rent. I actually really don't like Rent very much. But there are like 3 songs from Rent that I love. But I don't like Rent. I've seen it once, and once was enough. That was all. That was the only amount of times I needed to see Rent. But sometimes you just gotta listen to Take Me Baby or Leave Me. No way can I be what I'm not. But hey, don't you want your girl hot? You know, it's just kind of hot. My girls, where you at? You gotta help me. You gotta help me. What? Don't. Women, have you seen Rent? Have you seen Rent? Can you agree that it's bad, but you like it anyway? Like some of the songs? Okay. Now check. I've fallen off twice and it's distracted me. We're at 13,379 steps, 109 heart points. I've seen some of it, but I do like some of the songs. Never seen it, probably for the better, honestly. Not a woman here, but I have seen Rent, and yes, that is the take. Okay, I'm glad you get it. Rent is ass, but I like it. Yeah, it's just it's a musical. Some of the songs are good, and it just makes me wish that they were in a better musical. Like, I feel like Rent is trying to do what Falsettos does, but fails. Because I don't care about any of the characters in Rent. Like, I really care about the characters in Falsettos, even though they're all horrid, awful people. There's something about it that just makes you really fall in love with the characters, that when bad things happen to them, you get really fucking sad. Avenue Q, I think Avenue Q did do it better. There's a fine, fine line between a lover and a friend. And there's a fine, fine line between reality and pretend. Avenue Q is a funny show, if you haven't seen it. I actually haven't seen it, but every song I've heard from it is fucking funny. Oh, someone wrote kawaii, but they wrote it in katakana. My weakness. My weakness, katakana. Had a startling realization from my coworker. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a musical. Bro, I don't know why, because it definitely is, but it doesn't register as a musical to me either. Like, it's not a musical. I don't know why. It obviously is, but it's not, you know? Like, you got the oompa, loompa, doobity doo. I've got a perfect puzzle for you. But it doesn't count. Like, I was literally in a stage production. I was Mrs. Bucket, okay? In fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And even now, every time I hear that show's a fucking musical, I'm still floored. Cheer up, Charlie. No need to frown. Deep down, you know tomorrow is your toy. When the days get heavy, never pitter-pat 'em. Up and at 'em, boy. Someday, sweet as a song, Charlie's lucky day will come along. Till that day, you've got to hold on strong, Charlie. Up on top is right where you belong. Bro, I remember I was playing her, and so I was married to Mr. Bucket, and the guy who played Mr. Bucket and me really fucking hated each other. I could not stand him. It was terrible. He was the worst person I've ever met. It was horrible. I was so glad that I was just Mrs. Bucket and that I had like one scene. Like, I've never been so happy to not be important in a musical because I didn't have to interact with that guy. What did he do? He was just mean. Oh, scandalous. I know. I was in a musical. How dare I? How dare Nerissa Ravencroft be in a musical when she was a kid? When she was in middle school? Basic theater boy? No, he wasn't even a theater kid. I think his mom forced him to be there. That's what happened. He didn't want to be there. And so he was just mean to everybody. You in a musical? No way, I can't believe it. Nerissa Ravencroft, the musical kid who talks about musicals and talks about being in musicals, she was in a musical? How could she? How dare she be in musicals? How dare she be a theater kid thespian? I hope she dies. I can't believe she would betray me like that, being in a musical. I'm joking, obviously. Whoa. Never die. Yeah, you guys would never wish death on me. Thespian. What? I wanted to do theater. I think I told you guys the reason I wasn't able to. Everything I wanted to do literally fell through. Oh my god. I told you guys how I wanted to go to cooking school and the school I wanted to go to closed. I wanted to go into psychology, but the teacher really sucked. I wanted to do something with English and become like an English teacher or something, but then I couldn't make it into AP English, so I gave up. I wanted to go and do stuff on the stage, but then I had to play a ghost. And I had to do this thing called slouching. And I can't really slouch. Like, I can sort of fake it, but I can. You know? I can't do it. And my director at the time said, you need to do it, Nerissa. You need to slouch. And I was like, I can't. And he's like, you're not trying hard enough. Like, your posture? Yeah. Reminder that, like, my spine's fused. And to be clear, it doesn't, it's because some people overreact. If you didn't know it was fused, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't look at me and be like, oh, she looks so stiff. You just look and be like, oh, she has really good posture. But I can still pop and lock it, don't worry. Yeah, scoliosis. Oh yeah, I saw people talking about scoliosis on the TL. And they were posting their like back, their fucked up back pictures. And it made me wish I still had a picture of my fucked up back. I was like, oh. I'm not going to, but low-key I want to post my fucked up back now too. So everyone can see my crazy S-curve. Because I have pictures from when they first found it and after when they put the rod in it. When I got that rod put in me. Bro, I thought I was gonna set off the metal detectors at airports. And at first I was disappointed that I didn't. But now I'm really happy because I hate going through the airport security. And I would really hate having to explain that every time. Oh yeah, sorry, I've got a titanium rod in my back. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. But because of my perfect posture, my boobs always look fantastic. So, you are welcome, world. Walk like a refined lady with my tits out. You know? Like, shoulders back, chest up. My silver lining. Okay, we've been going for 2 hours and about a minute-ish. So we'll call it pretty soon. We'll stop it. We'll let my walking pad take a break. Okay. Stopping her. Woo. All right. Let's see our count. We end with 14,285 steps, 111 heart points. It's pretty good. Gotta take my shoes off because you need shoes.
Oh, it's my baby boy. Hello, my darling. Oh.
He ran the moment I went over to him. He ran to, he knows that I'm gonna wanna sit down. So I didn't realize, but little darling was sitting by my closet just watching me walk. Probably very confused. And the moment I acknowledged him, he jumped up on my computer chair. He said, "This is my chair. I know I wasn't sitting in it until just now, but it's mine." I just gotta tuck this away real quick. Give me a second. Oh, why is it so heavy? Oh, sorry. Did I freak you out? Okay. Let's put the projector screen away. Oh my goodness. Do you hear me hitting my thighs? Oh, now that I'm not walking, it's hitting me that I just walked for 2 hours straight. Oh, hi, jailbirds. I'm a little exhausted. Give me a minute. Oh, see, this always happens to me. When I'm actually working out, I don't really get sweaty, but the moment I stop, suddenly I start sweating and suddenly it hits me all at once. I notice it when I stop. According to my fitness app, it says throughout the course of all of today so far, I burned 1,576 calories. Not just from this walk, but all in all. Which I feel like isn't correct, though. It's just my opinion. Because I feel like I remember hearing that by default, you burn something like 1,600 calories a day. Something like that? Does 1,000 calories equal 1 pound? No, I think it's something like 3,000 something calories. Oh. He got off my chair. I can steal it. I can sit down. Let me just put my standing desk down. Perks of being the DEO. I have my 6 standing desk. Did you stretch? No. Who stretches? That's only true if they're... No, I heard that it's the case that you burn no matter what 1,600 calories, even if you're a couch potato, just by like your body maintenance. I don't know how true that actually is, obviously, but... But that's what I remember learning in school. I feel like my body doesn't take that much, though. I feel like I burn less. Yeah, calories are burned by staying alive or sleeping. I've been debating going on a 3-day fast, but I like eating food too much, so I don't want to. Wow, jailbirds, it's so hot in here. I want to dress down. 3 days is a lot. Yeah. But like, it could be fun. It could be fun. I just derive too much joy from eating. You know? I derive too much joy that I just can't bring myself to do it because I'm like, oh, but then I won't get to eat anything for 3 days. And then what am I going to do when I'm bored? Any particular reason? To reset my body. Because I've been eating lots of burgers. So I need to get all of the crap that I've been eating out of my system. I need to go into ketosis and I need to go into it fast. But I don't want to do keto because it's miserable. Just eat healthier? No. I want to eat Borg War. Rating stream when? When I have time. Just if you make a good burger, remember to take a picture of it and save it for when I eventually do that. Okay. Good luck. You could also fast. Yeah, I feel like I'd rather fast than do keto. It doesn't make sense. It's just too much fucking work. I used to know people who do keto and they would do the dumbest shit. I'm sorry. Like bulletproof coffee or something where they'd like blend butter into coffee. And they'd be like, it's great. It's just like having cream in your coffee. So I tried it and I was like, this is fucking disgusting. I love butter. I don't like coffee. This is so gross. The butter does not help it. It's good if you think so. I feel like the most times when I have like success with keto is when I just do it for like one meal. I used to wake up in the morning and eat like 4 pieces of bacon and then like avocado. So I would like use the bacon strips because I get my bacon really crispy as the bread. And I like air fry them so all the fat goes off.
Oh.
That is not, I wasn't trying to go into ketosis, obviously, by only doing it one meal. But I mean, I would eat keto for one meal to get carbs down. Just to clarify, before all of you keto experts come in and go, oh, that's not how it works. I'm so smart and you are not. You don't know what you're talking about, woman on the internet. Yes, I understand. I understand that I was not going into ketosis. That's the point. I would do it for one meal, and I'm just saying that instead of saying I completely cut carbs for one meal to lower my carb intake. Don't you already do intermittent fasting? My intermittent fasting got really fucked up from being in Japan. Because the way that I do it works really well with my regular schedule, like when I'm home. But when I'm in Japan, I go outside so much. And I am doing like so much more activity than I'm used to. So I just kind of have to throw all caution to the wind and say fuck all. Because I usually don't eat until 11 a.m.-ish. But when I was in Japan, I'd be waking up at 9. And then usually after I would stream, I'd have to like run out right away. So it's not like I could be like, oh, well, I'll just stream a little bit later and then I'll eat then. Didn't have the ability, you know? Yeah, and then like you want something fast, you go to the kombini, but you know, I don't really have the mindset that like, oh, a rice ball is enough. Like I'm like, oh, well, I want a sandwich and then I want a little drink too. And then suddenly I have 5 things. And then suddenly I'm having like a whole meal instead of like a little snack, you know? But then you convince yourself, you're like, oh, it's Japanese food, so it's healthier for you. It's not. Yeah, no, I love eating healthy food. I'm trying to get myself back on it, which is why I'm eating all the vegetables I enjoy. Yeah, no, Japan helps me with sweets too. I definitely am satisfied with way less of a dessert. But it's the opposite when I'm in Japan, though, is the issue. When I'm in Japan, I am never satisfied with the desserts because they're never enough. Like, I can eat like a million of them because they're just not very sweet. They're still sweet. I don't know how to describe it. But they're like way less sweet than I'm used to. So I'll like eat one and I'll be like, I'm just not satisfied and I feel like I need like 5 more. But then I come here and I'm like, oh yeah, instead of getting the large blizzard, which I usually like to get like a large blizzard if I go to Dairy Queen, or like a medium to large concrete mixer if I go to Culver's, you know. Now I'm pretty good with a small, and even then most of the time I'm like, oh, that was a little much. Maybe I should have gotten the mini, you know, which is not something I would have ever said before being in Japan for now 5 months in total, I think. Yeah, it's a lot. What's your favorite Japanese sweet? I really like, there's this chain called the Cozy Corner, and it's really fucking good. You can just find it a lot when you're walking around, and they have these sando type cream puffs. They're called W something. I don't know why. I never call them that. I always go cream to custard, cream puff 一つお願いします. It's just how I order it. I don't read it properly. And then they'll clarify which one. I'll be like, hi, kochi. I just point at it because it's so good. But yeah, it's a cream puff sandwich. So it's like the cream puff, but it's cut in half. And then it has a layer of custard. And then it has a layer of like cream on top. And I feel like oftentimes the cream in Japan is not done the same as we do them in the States, if that makes sense. Like cream here, like I can eat like a whole canister of whipped cream and like it's like the best thing ever. But like usually when I get stuff that's like cream filled in Japan, I'm really disappointed. Like, oh my God, that's one thing that disappointed me about Japan. I hate to say, I thought that parfaits were gonna be mostly ice cream, but it's mostly just cream, and it's not like really sweet cream. It's just like whipped cream, and it's not sweet at all. It's just whipped cream, but with like barely any sugar. But yeah, it's so I whenever I get a parfait, I get really excited because it looks so yummy, and then I remember as I'm eating it that it's just cream, and then I'm like, isn't that healthier? Yeah, but they're usually pretty big. So I think the issue that I have with them is I really don't like wasting food. So I try to eat all of it. And I know I'm probably not going to have another sweet thing that day. So I'll eat it all, but it's like not a satisfying dessert because it's just a bunch of cream that isn't very sweet. So I'm like drowning in cream and being like, I don't want to eat this cream. But it's all I've got. How does the ice cream taste in Japan? I have a really hard time. There's some ice cream that's so delicious, but one of my issues is at least I have a hard time finding like big servings of ice cream in Japan. So like I would go to like the grocery store because I was like, I'm just gonna get a gallon of ice cream, and then I can like, you know, I can just like eat the ice cream instead of like going to like Baskin Robbins or something. But they don't really have, they just have like the smaller ones, and I'm like, I don't really want that though. Yeah, they don't sell the gallon tubs. So I'll just get like the small ice cream sandwiches, but it's the same thing where it's like one is never ever enough. So I just sit there like head in my hands, tears in my eyes. Head in my hand, tears in my eyes. Lisa-chan, hi. Nani ga suki? Chocominto. Something will natta? I don't actually know that whole meme. I'm sorry. I love chocomento. Eyes. Wow! Do. Yori mo anatta. I see. Naruhodo ne. Yori mo anatta. What is your favorite ice cream? It varies. I do really like Chocomint, especially when I'm in Japan. But I'll be honest, there was so much Chocomint that last year I Chocominted myself out. Can you believe it? Now I miss it. Now I wish I was in Japan right now because it's Chocomint season. Because Chocomint is a summer flavor in Japan. But so I could go for some Japanese Chocomint right now. I'd be so happy. I would be so happy if I could have that at this moment. But I can't because I'm not in Japan. But I really like chocolate. I think I mentioned this before, but when I go to Culver's, I really like either just getting their base vanilla with Butterfinger or chocolate custard with Heath and Snickers. That's really fucking good. Sometimes when I go to the store, I really like to get, what's it called? Oh my god, my brain. I really like to get Rocky Road. I just love all the different textures in the ice cream. I think that's part of what makes it fun because I feel like when it's just ice cream, it's still good, don't get me wrong, but like I just, you know, when there's something a little more texturized going on in my mouth, I like that. It adds to the eating excitement. I also really love, if we're talking about Dairy Queen, if you want to know my favorite Blizzard, I either like the Turtle Pecan Cluster because that also has a lot of different textures going on, or the other thing that I really, really love is just their basic cookie dough Blizzard. It's just like literally hot fudge and cookie dough pieces, but it's so good. Don't ask me why. I don't know, but it's delicious. Anyways, I wanted to say thank you so much for coming to my walking stream where we walked and we talked about TV series for some reason. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Sorry that I didn't have anything more interesting to talk about, I suppose. But I hope you had fun nonetheless. I know I did. So it was very enjoyable. I'm happy. There's quite a few streams going on, so I'll rate only one, but I will shill them all. We have both Shiori and I think they're playing it together. Yeah, Blood Typers, Rauda, and is that Crony in the thumbnail? I'm sorry, it's really small. I can't tell. Rauda and Shiori are currently live playing Blood Typers. Yeah, doing a homie collab. And then Fuamoko is streaming the Boba Tea Shop. And then Calliope Mori is currently live streaming Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke. So go ahead, lock in. You can go to whatever stream you want. I will be sending you guys over to Shiori. So thank you all so much again for coming. I hope you had fun. I know I had fun hanging out with you guys. So I think our next stream together is on Friday. Is it really that far? I might do a stream between if I have time. But Friday, I'm going to be using my Mokopi publicly for the first time. I want to use it quite a bit more. So I might try to work in more Mokopi streams. So look forward to that in the hopefully near future. I don't know what we're going to be doing. We might just be fucking around with it like we did on the members stream. We might, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. But it's going to be fun. So please look forward to it. I know I am. So grateful as always to be spending time with you. You're some of my favorite people and I really miss this. I know it's I'm really busy recently, so it kind of sucks, but I miss you guys a lot. I know you guys were like, yay, Japan arc over, we get Nerissa back, but things just have been not really lining up super well, and I'm really sorry for that, but I hope you know I'm thinking about you and I miss you. So we missed you too. I'm happy. I hope you'll continue. Oh, I have to shill. I forgot to mention it, but my merch is still on sale. I just posted the first picture of one of it, the puppet today. It looks pretty silly, and I have to say it, because I have to. There's still limited sets left. So if you haven't yet got a postcard signed by me before, this is your chance to get one. So if you haven't already, consider purchasing it. Even if you don't buy the full set and you just buy something that interests you, I would appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you all have fun hanging out with Shiori, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys all on Friday. So thank you so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye, darlings.